Mr. Presiding Officer. Good afternoon to my fellow members of the City Council. The Committee on Public Utilities, Transportation and Communication, being the Secretariat to the CTFRB, is pleased to render Committee Report number 8CC-29-2014. All the members of the committee have signed this measure, Your Honor. Thus, may I move for the adoption of the said committee report.
Objection. Hearing none, the motion is approved. Proceed.
The subject matter, Your Honor, contains 54 applicants for tricycle franchise. All these 54 franchise applicants, Your Honor, has complied substantially with the requirements of the CTFRB. Hence, the recommendation of the committee is for the approval of their application. Attached to the committee report, Your Honor, is the names of the 54 tricycle franchise applicants. If there are no query, Your Honor, pertaining to the committee report, may I now move for its approval.
Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Next item, Mr. Secretary.
Next, Your Honors, the reading and approval of the minutes of the 55th regular session of the City Council held on October 14, 2014.
The Honorable President Santiago may recognize.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. I move that the reading of the minutes of the 55th regular session of the present council held on October 14 of this year be dispensed with.
Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Proceed.
If there are no corrections, I move that the said minutes be approved.
Alright. There is a duly seconded motion to approve the minutes of the 55th regular session of the 8th City Council held on October 14, 2014. Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved. Privilege R. Councilor X. The Honorable Councilor Epsilon Alvarez is hereby recognized.
Thank you, Honorable Presiding Officer, fellow honorable colleagues of the 8th City Council of Santiago City, and all of those here who are currently there at the audience. What I'm about to speak on is with regard to what recently occurred, or my personal experiences during the last Undas on November 1st. It has come to my knowledge, and I've been approached by many of our constituents with regard to their concern with the old cemetery currently in Barangay Caloocan. I myself had to traverse a labyrinth-like maze of obstacles and had quite difficulty in actually pinpointing or spotting where my family plot was. A lot of our constituents were complaining as to how the old cemetery has seemed to have been left to rot the way of as if it didn't matter anymore. And in response to them, and of course on behalf of the City Council and our LGU, I said that I would bring this issue up in front, especially now since we have yet to discuss our upcoming 2015 budget, that perhaps we should look into create some sort of a committee wherein we can discuss with the Catholic Church, because I believe that there's also an ownership issue, that it's not actually a public cemetery per se, because the property actually belongs to another entity and not that of the local government unit. So in that situation, we would have to enter into some sort of a memorandum of understanding and perhaps create some sort of multi-partite committee that would decide and perhaps appropriate funds in order to restore what the old cemetery used to be like, wherein families, although they only get together once a year, and it may seem to be something trivial to others. However, this is a single opportunity, and it's a part of the Filipino tradition na kapag November 1, nagkakasama-sama ang mga mga pamilya, at the least we can do for our fellow constituents is at least take that experience for them pleasurable. Hence, it is with utmost humility that I am requesting my colleagues in the City Council to support this initiative and so that we can at least give back to our community with regard to this matter. That's all. Thank you very much.
For the calendar of business under committee report, second reading. Report number 8CC-11-2014 of the Committee on City Planning, Building and Zoning Regulations. Under letters petitions, letter from Mrs. Precolina M. Blanche, Barangay Pato, Santiago City, which is a petition against the illegal operation of Carnival at Barangay Pato, Santiago City. Barangay Resolutions Ordinances, Resolution number 32, 2014, Kapulay. That's all, Your Honor.
Councilor Arin Alvarez, please, be recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. I wish to include under first reading a draft ordinance amending ordinance number 8CC-56, Your Honor. I so move.
Second, objection, hearing none, the motion is approved. Any other? Councilor Arin, can we move for the approval of the business of the day?
Your Honor, may I move that we approve the business of the day as amended.
The objection, hearing none, the motion is approved. Mr. Secretary, please proceed.
Your Honor, under committee reports, report number 8CC-11-2014 of the Committee on City Planning, Building and Zoning Regulations.
The Honorable Celine John Bayasigan is hereby recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Being the committee chairman of the Committee on City Planning, Building and Zoning Regulations, Your Honor, I have the honor to report the committee report number 860-11-2014, Your Honor. The committee report was signed by the 3 members of the said committee, and the committee was the committee hearing was conducted on October 27, 2014, Your Honor. It has only one subject matter, and this is a letter from Mr. Romeo T. Gonzalez requesting for reclassification and classification of this land located at Purok 1, Victory Norte, Santiago City, Your Honor. Your Honor, may I move for the adoption of the said committee report?
Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is approved. Proceed.
Before I disclose the recommendation, Your Honor, however, all of the members are provided with a copy of the said committee report. I would like to put on record, Your Honor, that during the committee hearing, all the concerned agencies representatives were present. We have the presence of Attorney Diego as representative of the City Legal Office. CPDO, Your Honor, we have Engineer Bayawa and Engineer Ulep. Under CEO, Your Honor, we have Engineer Ruben Cagatao. And for the Assessor's Office, Your Honor, we have Ma'am Rosabella Asirot, Your Honor. And also we have the presence of the proponent of the said letter. During the first committee hearing, Your Honor, the original letter was discussed in the committee level. Ito pong committee report ay offshoot na po ng pangalawa na committee hearing na ginanap at kinonduct po ng Committee on City Planning, Building and Zoning Regulations. If you can see, Your Honor, attached to the report is the original letter by Mr. Gonzalez requesting for the reclassification and classification of his lots, or the lots, I should say, as residential lot for the consolidation of these 2 lots, Your Honor. Ang kanya pong main purpose lamang ay to consolidate yung lupa, mga lupa po niya, allegedly kanya po yung lupa, na pinatatayuan po ng Abe Construction, kung inyo pong malamang alam po natin, sa may intersection po ito ng Kamakam Street at ng Maharlika Highway, sa gilid po ito ng Metrobank, sa likod po ng Cent Value. So, ang nangyari po dito, dalawang malaking portion ng lupa niya ay titled na po. Yung isang maliit po na portion ay nire-request niya na matituluhan. However, Your Honor, nire-request po sa kanya as a requirement ng DENR na mag-release po ang city government or the local government unit through the CPDO ng classification na commercial po yung lupa niya. During the committee hearing, Your Honor, it was found out na hindi po pwedeng ibigay ng ating komitiba o ng local government unit ang kanyang hinihiling sa basihan, Your Honor, na ito po ay under sa classification ng road right of way, kaya po siya public domain po natin. So, hindi po siya pwedeng releasan ng classification certificate na nagsasabi na yung lupa po ay commercial lot. Yun po ang inikutan, Your Honor, ng nasabing committee hearing. At ang recommendation po ng komitiba ay it's denied on the ground that the portion of the whole area occupied by Mr. Gonzales is part of the road right-of-way along Kamakam Street as per approved by our CLUP or our zoning ordinance, Your Honor, of the City of Santiago. Your Honor, we have here the presence of our requisitioner, Mr. Romeo T. Gonzales, Your Honor, and nag-usap po kami. He asked if mabibigyan po siya ng pagkakataon to at least say something dito po sa City Council. And naipaalam na po natin sa inyong kinaukulan. May I move, Your Honor, to suspend the rules to give speaking rights to Mr. Romeo T. Gonzales.
Any objection? Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved.
Good afternoon, Sir Presiding Officer. Good afternoon, members of the Assembly ng Paglisod. I'm standing here, Your Honors, dahil sa request na kailangan ko sa pagpapatitulo ng lupa ko natira doon sa road widening na ginawa ng City Engineering Office. Ang lupa, maganda ng mga lupa. Ang nire-request kong certification eh doon sa natira na ang sukat eh 18 square meter lang. And doon sa unregistered lot na may natitira 26. So, doon sa amin, 44 square meter lang. Na ang pakay ko to consolidate yung loading natitira doon sa ginawang road widening. So, I secured a certification from DNR telling that the said lots were alienable and disposable last 2010. Also, I secured a certification process, the City Engineering Office, that these lots were no longer needed by the City of Government last 2011. So, nag-request ako dahil ang kailangan ng DNR to consolidate yung dalawang lote. And later on, yung title, ma-consolidate. Kasi, yung pag-consolidate ng lupa, kailangan parehas na may titulo. So, kailangan mo na yung 44 square meter matituluhan. So, I request CPDO and they rejected because of this city ordinance na merong pangalawang widening na madodoble, yung city, yung Kamakam Road magiging 30 plus 6 sa kabila, 30 plus 12 magiging 42 meters na napakaliit. Parang imposible dahil ang widening, nung nag-widening, yung ano lang natin doon, ang na-widen, pero dito sa katuluyan ng Kamakam, maliit, hindi na naman na widen. So, ang purpose ko, yung certification lang na yun na maayos yung mga titulo and consolidated later on as one. Ngayon, hindi ako tutol doon sa widening. Ang kailangan, alam ko naman na kung papatayo ako ng building later on, may setback. Alam ko na yun, kung hanggang saan. Pero, kasama kasi doon sa securing ng property ay title. So, kailangan mo ni-secure yun at kailangan na yung certification. Kung hindi ako magkakaroon ng certification, anong magagawa ko doon sa pag-comply sa kailangan ng So, yun lang, Your Honor. May ako ng consideration sa council na i-reconsider yung yung request ko. That's all, Your Honor.
Thank you very much. Okay. Next item. Before, yes, Councilor Celine,
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Your Honor, sa committee hearing po natin, sinubukan po natin na humanap ng remedy. In fact, Your Honor, tinanong po natin kay Attorney Briones, kay Attorney Diego, and Engineer Michelle kung ano po ang pwede po nating mai-advise sa ating requisitioner para po sa kanyang dilemma. However, Your Honor, sa kahit anong anggulo pong tignan ng komitiba, hindi po pwedeng bigyan ng classification ng commercial certificate, I should say, ang ating requisitioner dahil nga po sa ating CLUP zoning ordinance. Ang remedy na lamang po na in-advise is to go to the court to seek for a declaratory relief or whatever, basta pumunta po sa korte para po dito dahil ang kalaban po ng dilema ni Mr. Gonzales ay yung ating ordinansa na ginawa sa zoning or sa CLUP. Your Honor, the recommendation, Your Honor, is for the request, Your Honor, is denied for the record.
Alright. We take note of the recommendation. Next item, Mr. Secretary.
Yes, Your Honor. At the first reading, we have included item proposed ordinance, amending ordinance number 8 CC-056, which is about the SPD alignment amounting to 3,757,597 pesos.
Okay, 2-minute recess is yet available.
Your Honor, before the body went on recess, we are about to discuss the proposed ordinance, amending ordinance number 8 CC-056.
The Honorable Councilor Alin Alvarez raises the recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. During our last session held last October 28, the Sangguniang enacted an ordinance pertaining to the reprogramming of appropriations under the MOOE of the Sangguniang, Your Honor. If you can all still remember, we had a recess then because there were some questions as to the certified computation coming from the budget officer. The budget officer was not present at the time, Your Honor. That's why we continued with the adoption of the ordinance number 8CC-56. We were able to communicate with the city budget officer, Your Honor, and indeed there is a correction that is needed for the Sangguniang amount on the total of the budget to be reprogrammed, Your Honor, from 3,757,597 pesos, Your Honor. There is an increase as to the office supplies that will have to be realigned, Your Honor. And we have indicated in this amending ordinance, Your Honor, the said corrections as to the figure. So, Your Honor, the total amount now for reprogramming for the office of Sanggunian is 3,807,597. And this is duly certified by our city budget officer, Your Honor. That is why we came up with another measure for the amendment. For the record, Your Honor, I just would like to make a correction on the proposed measure that we have submitted under the total supplemental appropriation on page 2. May typographical error po doon. It should read 3,807,597. And also, among the sponsors, we overlooked to include Councilor Bautista, Your Honor. He is also a sponsor to this said measure. Before we had our session, Your Honor, Councilor Alvarez had some comments on the title of the ordinance, Your Honor. And he was suggesting, instead of saying approving the realignment, it should read now as approving the supplemental/reprogramming of authorized appropriations. And the chair, chair of the Committee on Appropriations yielded to the said suggestion of Councilor Alvarez, Your Honor. So these are all the corrections, Your Honor, pertaining to the amendment of Ordinance Number 8CC-56. There are no queries, Your Honor, pertaining to this measure, and I'll move for its approval, Your Honor, under suspended rules, if I may, Your Honor.
Objection. Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved under suspended. Next item, Mr. Secretary.
Your Honor, under letters, petitions, letter from Mrs. Prapetina M. Ranche, Barangay Pato, Santiago City, with regards to a petition against the illegal operation of Carnival at Barangay Pato, Santiago City.
All right, Councilor Katsable, kindly move for the referral.
Thank you, Mr. Presiding Officer. Mr. Presiding Officer, I move that under letter and barangay resolution, reading for this property.
And the second, objection. Hearing none, the motion is hereby approved. Any other item?
That will be all, Mr. Presiding Officer.
For the closing prayer, may we call on Councilor Betsy.
Dasal po tayo sa aming pasasalamat, Panginoon, at natapos namin ang session na ito ng maluman. Salamat sa pamahagi ng kakayahan ang naging dahilan upang makarating kami sa tamang pagdedesisyon at pagbinyan ng aming tamang atensyon ang lahat ng dapat pag-usapan. Sa pangalan